लट उलझी सुलझा जा बाला में, लट उलझी सुलझा जा बाला में, लट उलझी सुलझा जा बाला में। हाथों में मेरे मेहंदी लगी है, हाथों में मेरे मेहंदी लगी है। लट उलझी सुलझा
Hello and welcome back to Mood India, California Arts Association's presentation of performing arts from India. I'm your host, Arvind Kansal. Continuing our series on Indian classical music, today we bring you a program from the well-known Bay Area artist Shubhangi Sakhalkar. Shubhangi has been performing all over the US and she has received extensive training in Hindustani classical. She has been first trained from Srimati Kunda Vaishampayan and later on from the famous Dr. Prabha Atre and Srimati Padma Talwarkar. Accompanying Shubhangi on harmonium is Vivek Datar. Vivek is a both teacher as well as a performer in San Francisco Bay Area. He has learned harmonium from Pandit Vinayak Rao Kale. Accompanying Shubhangi on tabla is Abhinay Padhe. Abhinay has learned tabla from Sri Nana Mule and then later on from Pandit Bhai Gai Tonde. He is a teacher, performer and a student of Pandit Swapan Chaudhary. And accompanying Shubhangi on Tanpura is her student Seema Gupta. Welcome. Shubhangi, I know you give a lot of concerts in Bay Area all over the country. How long does a concert last and how do you prepare for it?
Normally, a concert lasts for about 2.5 to 3 hours, and well, I perform during the concert season. It's like maybe in a month I perform twice, or sometimes once in 2 months. So whenever I have more time, I like to prepare nicely for any concert.
Right. So when you know a concert is coming up, how do you start preparing? What are the things that you predetermine that you will be doing in a concert?
First, I select the first rag that I'm singing. The first rag normally is sung for 45 minutes or sometimes even an hour. So I like to fix up the first rag right away so that my mood is set. And then the second rag, depending on the first rag, if the first rag is of a serious kind of mood, then the second rag I select with a lighter mood.
I see. I know you were doing a concert recently, just a couple of weeks ago. Could you give us an example of how did you do a balance between the serious and a more lighter rag?
Yeah, the concert was in the evening, so I sang Marwa in the beginning. And like Marwa is a very heavy, intense rag with a very serious kind of mood. So let me show you. So after this, I would normally sing Yaman, Bhopali. That time I sang Durga, which goes very well after Marwa. It goes da sa re ma re ma pa da ma re ma da sa ki
Beautiful. Beautiful. So in preparing for a concert, apart from rag, you also fix up the bandish, or you think about the bandish.
Yeah, the bandish selection is depends on the first piece that's called the bada khyal, the larger
Mhm.
item. So whatever suits the bada khyal, I try to select the chota khyal, which is the bandish. And I also like to select bandishes that bring out the whole structure of the rag.
Mhm.
And like the traditional older bandishes do that very well. So I like all those bandishes.
Those are your
especially
favorites.
Sadarang's compositions are my favorite.
I see. In preparing for a concert, I know there's years and years of training that goes behind it. Um, how's your experience been? What kind of training did you receive?
Initially, when I started learning, I learned mainly different rags and chota khyals or bandishes in those rags. And then later on, when I started learning from Mrs. Padma Talwalkar, I learned the voice training and a lot of other things like gaiki, this focusing on the each structure of each rag and how to use your akar, all those things. Learn the proper skills, voice skills like meend and gamak and all. So for any concert, you have to, your voice should always be in good shape. So I do some of the daily exercises. For example, there's the simple exercise that you hold a single note and sing it over and over again. But while singing it, you have to be, you have to pay attention to the note. I mean, you have to make your voice really steady while singing it. So, like, you can't sing sa, that's not right.
That's
So,
not right.
and breathe properly. This helps, sounds very simple, but this helps make your voice strong and also helps you maintain your sur, be in tune. Then there is another riyaz that I do regularly, that is also very simple, going up and down the scale. It's called Aroha and Avaroha. You can do it in any rag, but I like to do it in rag Yaman.
Okay.
It goes ni re ga ma dha ni sa sa ni da pa ma ga re sa. But while doing this riyaz, I do it in akar. So and in this riyaz you can develop lot of your voice skills like meend. Meend is like when you sing continuous, like sing all those they are called quarter tones, I believe.
Right.
And also there's another skill called gamak that is you require to sing tans. So that also you can develop with this riyaz. And when you repeat this, then finally you can sing tans correctly with correct weight on each note.
So this is, of course, to develop the basic skills and the training that is required, so that later on you can go and give big concerts. In your experience, in your personal, when you were doing riyaz, I know you were learning for many years. What kind of, how long did that go? What kind of work that went into it?
When I began my voice training, well, I have a naturally high-pitched voice, so I had to really do a lot of practice to get my lower notes strong. So this is a riyaz that is called Kharaj ka riyaz. You have to do it early in the morning, and like I'm not a morning person at all, but I did that for 2 years every morning from 5 to 7.
Wow.
Like that time I was married, and my father-in-law is a morning person, so he was the only one who was always happy. He used to make me tea and all when I did this riyaz. So then that time I used to do at least 4 or 5 hours of riyaz only for voice, and now I do riyaz, but it's now mainly the creativity and learning different rags, that kind of thing.
I see. In preparing for a concert, which you mentioned rag and bandish, these are predetermined structures. How about tal and lay, beats and rhythm? How do they come into the picture?
Tal and lay are very important because all these khayals and bandishes, to sing those you have to know the tal very well. So for me, I was lucky because my younger brother used to play tabla, so we used to always, I used to sing and he used to play, so it helped me a lot to get good in tal, and I used to try out different tans or sargam alaps, and because he was always there, it helped me a lot. So basically now I teach my students when I when they have difficulty in singing in tal, I ask them to sing the bandish, the first line of the bandish over and over again until the whole cycle is set in your head, because the weight and this every tal has some weight. For example, teen tal. Tin tin ta ta din din dha dha din. The sum should come. The sum is the first beat that should. You should feel it coming. Din din dha dha din. Dha tin tin ta ta din din dha dha. So if you keep on singing the first line of the bandish, slowly, your tal has to improve. So that's one thing. And then to understand lay, lay is actually very hard you have to just feel it. But there are a few exercises that I have made for my students, simple ones, that helps them understand the lay. Lay is the speed or the tempo. So Abhinay, can you play Teen Tal? So this goes, it's a small exercise. Ni re ga re ga ma dha, like that. Ni re ga ma dha. You can do different things in it. Ni re ga ma. Then there's another one. Ni re ga ma dha ga ma dha ni. This one also. Ni re ga ma dha ga ma dha ni. So that way it helps them understand the beat.
When you prepare for a concert, there are many fixed elements in a concert, like we talked about rag, bandish, and so on. But within this structure, there is tremendous room for creativity. So how do you prepare to be creative?
As you know, Hindustani music is about creativity and improvisation. Nothing is fixed, as only the bandish part is the fixed element. Everything else is improvisation. So I would say, first of all, you need to know the structure of the rag really well, and then you can just start by practicing small phrases. When you do riyaz, I like to choose few notes, like 3 or 4 notes, and try out as many combinations as I can. And then, for example, let me show you in Rag Yaman. I'm going to choose 4 notes, ni, re, ga, ma, and because when you make these combinations, you have to follow the structure of the rag also. So in Yaman, ga is the most important note. So let's say if we do different combinations and end on ga. Ni, re, ga. This is the standard one. Ni, re, ga, ma, ga. Ga, ni, re, can do so much.
Mhm.
And then when you do this riyaz, you can also see beauty in different phrases.
Right.
So those, finding beauty is where the creativity is, because you have to sing something that's entertaining and pretty and nice, very nice sounding. So that's one thing, choosing less number of notes and practicing different combinations. Also, sometimes the note that you end your phrase on gives you an idea what to sing next. So if you can hear that note like a live person, for example, ni re ga ma, if I stop on ma ga pa, it leads to pa.
Right.
Then pa ma ga ma re ga. This is the basic structure, but the pa, now I feel that the pa wants me to come back to ga. When you get more and more into the rag, you can feel all those phrases coming to you. So that's one thing, and then you do these phrases in akar, that will give you even more room for creativity. Ni re ga ma ga pa, I sang right now in sargam, ni re ga ma ga pa. When you sing in akar, you can do more. Same phrase, you can sing in different ways.
ways. Right.
Also, another thing is listening to some of my favorite singers has helped me in my creativity and understanding of the rag, especially the mood and personality of the rag. I listen to Ustad Amir Khan and Pandit Bhimsen Joshi a lot. They are my favorite. So, especially understanding the mood, they have really helped me understand. Every rag has a mood and personality, so you have to know that rag like a close friend.
Yes,
Then
yes.
only you can sing it well, and so also I like Kumar Gandharva's style a lot. So when I listen to him, it gives me a different of the same rag, a different picture of the rag.
A different view of
Yeah,
the rag.
yeah.
Right. So for our viewers, what would you present as some chota khayal for our viewers?
I am going to sing a bandish in rag jog counts. Da जाने नहीं, जाने नहीं, जाने नहीं, जाने नहीं, जाने जाने नहीं, जाने नहीं, बालम तीर परा, तीर परा। प्राण पिया तुम, प्राण पिया तुम, प्राण पिया, प्राण पिया तुम, प्राण पिया तुम, प्राण पिया तुम, ऐसो निठुर
Concludes our program on Hindustani classical music. Mood India's programs on Indian classical music are brought to you by California Arts Association. We welcome your feedback and comments and hope to see you again next time. Until then, namaskar.
जा